Hey, this big old Skeeter here. Woo, wind is howling. It's whipping along here. Sure don't blow off my old wind muff like it did the other day. Out here and doing my exercise ride on Monday, beginning of the week. I live quite a ways from MacDill Air Force Base. I don't know what them boys are doing over there, but their store are rumbling. Get some kind of military games or something going on over there. When I first moved down here, they had the F4s, Phantoms out there. And you want to talk about a noisy jet. I guess I had them twin General Electric motors in them things. And them suckers, they're big anyhow for a one-man jet, two-man jet, fighter jet. And they put out the smoke and they just roar, taking off. They were just constant around here. Didn't pay no mind to it. It was what we call the sound of freedom. But the people who lived on Davis Island and all that, little uppity ups, they complain. He was interrupting their soap opera or some bull crap like that. Then they sent out the word that no afterburners around the city. Definitely no sonic booms. Me, I don't care. Didn't bother me all that much. I knew what it was. I guess if you live close to the airport or something like that, might be an issue. I don't live there, so I can't tell you, but back when we moved down here in the early 70s, one of the things we used to do for entertainment was I would load the kids up and the wife, and we'd go out to the Tampa International Airport. And you can go out there, you know, and just, back in those days, there's before 9/11, all that stuff, you could just go anywhere you want out there, just walk all over the place. They had a bunch of shops out there. We used to go through the shops, and they had a parking garage, and we would go up on the roof of the parking garage and watch the jets take off. That was some cheap entertainment. It was fun. We were young, kids were young, they got a big kick out. They had all these big escalators the kids would go up and down. They thought that was an amusement ride. Get your entertainment when you could. Of course, we always went to the beach. I was never a beach person. My wife was, and of course the kids were. And always took them somewhere. Clearwater Beach they had a beach out there near the Clearwater Inlet. And I'd go out there, and the wifey and the kids all go to the beach and do their beach thing, and I'd go over to the jetties and go fishing. And everybody was happy. Except the fish, I guess. We always had something to do down here in Florida. There's always some place to go. There's always some little. Plus, you had Mickey Mouse, Bill, and now Orlando over that whole place over there. That's just that had Universal Studios, MGM, SeaWorld. Everything was over there. There was always something to go. We go over to the Cape and go through the Space Museum. Never did a rocket launch. I've always wanted to do a rocket launch over there, but work wouldn't let me get away with doing that. You had to have some time off because very seldom did they actually just go off on time. See, we were supposed to have a rocket launch last night, SpaceX, and that was canceled. So I think it's supposed to go off sometime this afternoon, I think. We have plenty of parks, state parks. I'm looking to see if there's a rocket trail up there anywhere. The rocket went off. Don't see nothing. We have a local park here that it's on Tampa Bay, and we would go there and picnic and such. Has a little beach if you want to get in the water. Tampa Bay is in the summertime. That's bath water. That'd be in the 80s. You don't have to worry about sneaking in that water. It's just that water is warm. Now we kind of concerned about all that because we got the red tide thing that's always plaguing us now, and it's killing the fish, and I don't really want to go fishing anymore out there. It's just such a pain in the butt with all the rules and regulations that we have anymore in fishing, which I understand. You got to have the rules and the regulations. I'm not, but what we can catch and what we can't catch, and we have fish that are slotted fish. They got to be between 29.5 inches and 30 inches, or something really hard, nothing really easy. And if they're not, you just throw them back. And no, I'm not a catch and release guy. I'm a catch and throw them in the frying pan guy. I always have been. I love to harvest and catch shrimp. Yeah, excuse me. I like harvest and catch fish. You know what? I ain't got my lights on. I gotta turn my lights on. Get down here and turn my lights on. That's the one thing I do forget most of the time on here. That's the last thing I do. That's the first thing I forget to do. Alrighty. Let me take care of this, and I'll be right back. Okay, got that fixed. Got the lights blinking, blinking and nod. Back on the road again. Feel a little safer with my lights, my blinkies on. Okay, here we go with old Marty's flag. Gotta do the flag for today. God bless the POWs. All done. Oh God. So my friend that I talked about before that's had the open heart surgery and his timing got off and he was having what they was calling heart pauses, whatever that is, and it's not good, whatever it is. And they had an external pacemaker on him, and they just getting ready to send him home. I guess he had an episode, so they decided to give him a permanent pacemaker. So they took him in, going to put his pacemaker in, and for some reason or another, his blood oxygen level dropped real low, and they had to cancel the procedure. So back then they said they had to incubate him, put him in ICU. Didn't sound good to me, but so that was over the weekend, and today they successfully put in the pacemaker, and I guess he's doing pretty good, and I think they're going to send him home, which is a good thing. We all want to be home. We all don't want to be in that hospital. We don't want to be there, but that's the safest place to be, I guess, if your heart's going to stop every now and then or something. I think you're just better off there than you are sitting in your lounge chair watching the 5 o'clock news or something. But he's on his way home. And my sister, she was having pains in her stomach, lower abdomen area, and found out that she went in the hospital, and they found out she had a twisted bowel and obstruction. So they pumped her out, and they went in. I guess they used a microsurgery, and they went in, and I guess they untwisted it. She had a little infection in there too, and they untwisted everything, got everything back good without really having to do any reconstruction or anything to her. And they had her on liquid diet for the last couple of days, and she's home now. She's back home now. That's my older sister. She's 86. Out of the 14 of us, it's only me and her left, her and I. She's a good old gal. Love her to death. She don't live that far from me. I really don't go see her enough. And I should. Of course, she'll say that she doesn't come see me enough. And she shouldn't have to. I get around a lot better than she does. She don't get around bad. She could probably outwalk me. So, yeah, I need to do some things with her. We're at the end of an era. For all you young folks out there, it won't mean as much to you all as it does to the older folks. We all got an expiration date. And I know I got a lot more behind me than I do in front of me. So, you know, you need to get that bucket list, things you want to do. Of course, I was always a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer in, if there's something you want to do, then you can afford to do it. I'll put nobody out or whatever. Put yourself in major debt. I know what I can do and what I can't do. I can't do a European tour. That's not happening. Don't want to do it anyhow. That makes it even better, see? Well, traffic's starting to back up here because we got a school up the street here letting out. You got to drop down to 20 miles an hour, and they have a deputy up there that stops the traffic and lets the people out of the school. It backs up. This is becoming a real busy area here. Got to do me a right turn Clyde. I've been riding for 22 minutes. Heard on the news this morning that 20 minutes of exercise. I think they said every day. They didn't say 3 days a week or anything. I think they said 20 minutes of exercise every day and you'll live longer. It's just good for almost everything that ails you. I didn't say what exercise, any exercise, basically. I'm a firm believer in that. But some of the healthiest people I know or knew succumbed to heart failure. Shocking as it was, but they had underlying problems. Weren't as healthy as they thought they were. And a couple of them, they, oh, here's the canopy. Let me give you my canopy shot. Got our canopy going here. Nice filtered sunlight. Supposed to be close to 80 today. Probably 80 right now. But he, it was actually my niece's husband. He always had heart problems, had stents put in, cholesterol, etc., so on and so forth. And, ooh, get the old hair in the mouth. Nothing new to me. He went in for his checkup, and the doctor gave him a big thumbs up. Told him, said, you know, you're about as healthy as you ever been. You know, all your parameters and stuff is looking good. Hello. And called his wife and told her what the doctor says. And so he went back to work and was walking into the workplace, went through the front door and had a massive heart attack and died right there. Deader than a doornail. Just never can tell. A lot of my friends, people that I know, relatives and such, they get real uncomfortable when you start talking about death around them. They just don't want to hear it. Just don't want no parts of it. I'd say, hey, it's all part of living. It's how it goes. Just make the most out of it while you're alive. My wife and I, we got our cemetery plots. Got a deal on them. Way back when. We tell that to people and our friends back, and whoa, well, that's kind of morbid. No, it's not. Not really. It's something my kids don't have to be burdened with. My mom, she had all her arrangements made, everything. Didn't have to do a thing for her. Everything was taken care of. And that kind of set me on that path too. It was a good example for me. Well, 29 minutes. Got 30 more minutes to go. My heart rate's 112. Which is not bad. Tell you what, when it gets 130, 140, I can feel it. I'm really spent when you going up a hill or anything and your heart rate gets up there like that. Excuse me. I got this, you hear me cough from now and then. We got the old oak pollen going on down here. And boy, I get this drip in the back of my throat. It's miserable. You got to cough to try to scratch the tickle in your throat. That's what I'm doing. Car's all backed up again. I'm retired. I'm glad I ain't out being that rat race. Ooh. How you doing, sir? Alrighty. Whoa, up the 4% hill. 4%er. About as bad as it gets around here. Getting folks up there in the mountains. I get some serious hills. I got more than most people around, I can tell you. Oh, got my heart rate up to 120. Feel that a little bit. Been riding for 37 minutes. Told my wife today I'm thinking about selling my boat. We have an expression down here. Your two best days in Florida, the day you buy a boat and the day you sell it. This is my, let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th boat since I've been down here. And this is a small one. This is only a 12-footer. I got a good deal on it. I fixed it all up. I put a deck on it. Put a trolling motor on it. It's a 1963 Starcraft. 12-foot V hull with a 1963 Evinrude motor on it. Motor runs like a scalded dog. And it, I try to keep it out of salt water, but I'm a saltwater fisherman. So I've been putting it mostly in fresh water. And I enjoy any type of fishing. I can't say, you know, I like one over the other, but I prefer saltwater fishing. It's, number one, it's more active. And I use artificial baits and lures and spoons and the like. And it's just more action in general. The fish can be a lot bigger. I'm not going to catch no 100-pound shark in freshwater. 15-pound bass or so, yeah. It's all fun, don't get me wrong. I don't take anything away from it. And I do it. I still do it. It just doesn't fire me up. It just doesn't fire me up like saltwater fishing. So if that's what I'm doing, then I'm just not all fired up to take the boat out. Alrighty, 43 minutes. So that's just probably one easy trip around. They say that the humidity will start coming in. I can see the clouds off in the distance coming. I don't think you see any behind me. I think it's pretty blue skies there. That's to the west. If we look over here, off and to the east, I think you can see some clouds back there. You go around this corner here, you get away from these trees. Yep, there they are. So I mean, humidity's coming in. We're very low on humidity now. Comes the Amazon. The Amazon man. Here we go. Boy, they sure changed the way marketing, people buying anymore. I mean, don't take too much mathematics to figure if I can buy something and I don't have to hop in my vehicle and drive to the store to get it. I can get it delivered to me. You know, considering all the costs, if you pay for Prime, which we do. I pay for Prime because I do watch the movies. I use the Prime channel. That's part of the deal. And we buy a lot of stuff from Amazon. We do. And of course, I shop around. I'll go to Amazon. I'll go to eBay. Go to Walmart. Everybody else, whatever. And you just can't beat Amazon's return policy. Never had an issue when something didn't work right, or I didn't get all the parts, or came DOA, whatever. It's just bam, got my refund, got a replacement, whatever. The only thing you don't have is the touchy-feely. Never had any luck buying shoes. So kind of things that size matters or something like that. I mean, socks ain't no issue. T-shirts and the such, no issue. And if you see my legs, you see that I'm wearing compression sleeves. That's by the order of the doctor, because I do have fluid in my legs, and that takes care of it, plain and simple. And since I've been wearing them, my legs feel good, they feel better. Buy them from Amazon. I wear them until they get little holes in them. Then I put them in my work pile. And then when I'm out painting or mowing grass in the yard, I wear the ones with holes in them. I wear the good ones for the rest of the time. 10 more minutes. Maybe 10 minutes. I got 11 and a half miles. I kind of skipped this weekend. I usually ride Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I skipped. Since my sister went in the hospital, I was concerned about her and going to the hospital and visiting her. I had to put this on the back burner. One thing about a recumbent trike, you have to worry about forgetting how to ride. That's what I see when I look over here. And the Garmin, it'll shut down to save the battery. That's the way I got that set up, and I just touch it and it comes on. Yeah, because I don't constantly have to look at the speed or anything. because I have the speed on the Bosch, which stays on all the time, which is actually a couple miles faster than what I'm actually going. Saying 13 right now, it's probably 11 and a half or 12 to the GPS, and I will assume that the GPS is more accurate because you can't size the wheel. It has a magnet on the wheel, and those types of speedometers, you just you change the size of the wheel and then you can calibrate it. So, you know, it says a 20-inch wheel. It's according to what tire you put on here is actually how big the wheel is going around. Put skinnier tires on here, they're smaller than 20 inches. So you could adjust that. You can keep adjusting it until you get in line with your GPS, and everything's copacetic. But Bosch won't let you do that. Bosch won't let us fool with them. And their reasoning is that in Europe, is that you're not allowed to have an e-bike to go over 20 miles an hour. And you can fool the Bosch here if you tell her you got a different wheel size, and you can go faster than 20 miles an hour. And they're worried, I guess, you're going to do that, and they just don't let you have that calibration. It has to be factory calibrated. To me, I don't really care. That's 20 miles an hour you pedaling. That's a lot different if you just had a throttle and you wanted to go. I had a Bafang that had a throttle mid-drive, and that sucker would haul boogie, man. I mean, no pedaling, just electric, like you're driving a Tesla. And that was all fine, and that was fun. It was a fun thing. But when you got down serious and you wanted to have it assist you, you just put how much, you put a number in and how much you wanted to help you. And it was always there. It wasn't a torque sensor. You didn't have to put in any effort. It would just be to put it on number 5 or whatever it is. It give you that percentage. It would turn the wheel if you helped it or not. This one here, I stopped pedaling, I stopped moving. Simple as that. So as far as exercise is concerned, you want some help, this is it. Boy, I feel that wind pushing against me, and you feel it. I'm pedaling, I gotta pedal through it. You really don't feel as much when it's behind you and kind of pushing you. You just don't notice that as much as it is when it's against you and you're fighting it. Now, it'll be pushing me now. And you don't feel that it's helping you. You think about it or pay attention to it, maybe, but I just don't feel it. Ooh, less than a minute. I'm going to be in overtime on the way home. Alright, this be old Skeeter down here in St. Paul, Utah, Florida. At the end of the ride. See you the next time. He be gone.